Hey everyone, welcome back to my watercolor channel. Today we are painting this stunning aerial view of boat cruising through vibrant blue water and with gentle wave crashing on the sand, and it's very simple and fun. Let's dive in. First, supplies. This is Winsor and Newton Coatman watercolor palette, and this is 1-inch flat brush for the back wash, 8 or 10-inch for the main wash, and then for the detailing you can use 0, 1, 2 any round brush with the pointed tip. Masking tape, then we need the spray bottle and 2 water jars and a towel or a paper towel or any cloth rag. Now we are going to draw a simple sketch, just the corner for the sand, and then we are drawing the boat, speedboat, and we make 2 parallel lines and very pointed at the end, at the one end, and just flat on the other side. And now I am putting my masking tape over it and just tracing on the masking tape because I need my speedboat white, so I am preserving this area. You can do it 2 ways. One, the way I am showing you, that put the masking tape, trace it, and then cut it in the same shape. The other, just put the masking fluid on it, let it dry, and then you can start the painting. Now I will square it tight over my speedboat and seal all the edges. My paper is taped already on the board. This is Archie 300 GSM 140 pound paper, 100% cotton. So I always use 100% cotton for my main project. So now we are doing the first technique is wet on wet. Wet on wet technique is the first always represent paint and the second term represent paper. So wet on wet, my paper is wet and my paint is wet. So I give the even coat of wash and make sure all the ends are coated well. Now I will take my cerulean blue. I am using two tones of blue. One is light, that is cerulean blue, and one is dark. I am using intense blue. You can use whatever blues you are having. Choose your own color palette. Just follow the instructions and you will make a stunning aerial boat view. So now I will take the green color. Here friends, I am not mixing my color on the palette, rather than I am mixing color on the paper. So that will give a vibrant colors and beautiful gradient. So now I mix the color green with the cerulean blue and that give me ocean blue color, and it's very beautiful and light. And when I am doing, because it's a warm weather and the corners and the edges start drying, so when I do color I go almost all over the paper towards the edges and corners too, so this way it remains wet for a longer time. That is a trick. So I again put more green color towards the center and then blue. Now I will put the dark blue color towards the corners. I want my corners to be darker, so the viewer point of view, I will go in the center where the light is. So I am putting intense blue now and mixing it with the others too. So I will vary the color and you can do that too. Use different kind of green, different kind of blues and let them mix themselves. So that will be give you the variation, very good variation. So I feel my center is light and my paper is still wet. I am putting more darker tone in the center and gently diffusing it with the other colors. So now I feel my corners are still light, so I want to be dark. So I am putting my indigo color at the corners, 2 corners of the painting, and you can use blue with green too. or you can use indigo or Payne's gray. Now I am putting the darker tone of green, depicting as the island. Now after this, leave it for dry, and then we will come to the foreground after my paper is completely dry, because we don't want to disturb the blue paint in the painting. So now the paper is dry, I will start the foreground. Now I am putting the clean coat of water with my flat brush, then very diluted form of burnt sienna. You can use yellow ochre too, but it should be very diluted form. Any earthy tone will work, and then drop just little bit darker tone in between. Now the painting is dry and I am taking my masking tape off. Now I am using small brush 01200 which has pointed end, and we will make the final details with this brush and white gouache, or you can use acrylic white color or bleed proof white. Anyone will work for the crashing wave. So I am taking very diluted form of indigo and just making the border inside the boat like kind of shadow. So from the all side, very dilute form of indigo. You can use Payne's gray if you don't have indigo. Now at the end of the boat, I am making a small rectangle area for the sitting. So this is the aerial view, we don't need much detail. So I am making couple of horizontal or vertical lines for the deck and a couple of lines for the window. Now I am going to make a small rectangle area at the back of the boat. This is like the motor of the speedboat. And now I am using white gouache, and this is the third technique, wet dry on dry. So the speedboat we are doing, that is wet on dry. So the paper is dry and my paint is wet. And now the third technique I am introducing, which is dry on dry. So we will give the illusion of broken line as the water coming behind the speedboat or leaving behind the speedboat. So if I don't use much water on the brush as well as on the paint, so it will give the texture of the paper when I slide the brush over the paper. So this is dry brush effect, and this we always use for the detailing. So in this painting, the main three basic techniques we used: wet on wet, wet on dry, and then dry on dry. So we used all three techniques in this piece of art. Now I am giving little shadow underneath my wave with very diluted color of burnt sienna. So, and then I am diffusing it with my sand color. This will give a 3D look of the wave. So it seems like it's a three-dimensional wave and it's coming towards you. Just little shadow underneath the wave. And it's a very thin line. And then I am with the damp brush diffusing it with the background layer. If you can do this, then only attempt this. If you feel like you cannot do, so then you can leave this. Don't do this step. So otherwise it will spoil your painting. The crashing wave is anyways gonna look good because there are a lot of vibrant color in the background. So now after this, I am just fixing my white paint. So we are done, almost there. The only one thing is left, which is splatter. So the last thing we will do, the splatter technique. How we can use two ways, wet on wet and wet on dry. Here we are using wet on dry. So get the dilute paint of the color which you want to splatter. On this piece of art we are doing burnt sienna, so our sand area is neutral tone and I used burnt sienna there, so I will use the darker tone of burnt sienna but watery consistency, and then I will tap on my handle of the brush and it will give the splatter. So this will depict like small rocks from that aerial view. It's on the sand or beach area. We don't need much here, and after this we are done and sign your painting. This is your art piece, so just sign. And the last thing, we will remove the tape and remove it at the angle, 45-degree angle, very slowly. So I am revealing my beauty.